No è l'ora in cui forse tu mi bacerai ogni istante attento.
Hi, here we are at Legends Creek Farm. This is such a treat today. These are my two grandchildren, John and Aiden. We love them very much and they work hard on this farm. And this is Gilda.
Here I am again with Jean on the farm. I can't believe I'm here. We got a llama and all these animals.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
Wonderful.
Yeah. This is our Cucina di Nonna cooking show.
Welcome to Legends Creek Farm.
All right.
Yeah. All right, now you want to
Oh, we got a visitor.
Oh, look, look. Oh, for God's sake. Bob, take that picture.
Oh, you got it, Bob? You got it, Bob? This is Bob. This is Bobo giving me a kiss. Isn't she beautiful?
Come. Oh, my goodness.
Okay, here's all the chickens coming.
We have a lot more. I don't know where they are.
Oh, cheapest.
And there's the rooster. There's the
They
rooster.
walk around and
Hi.
eat bugs all day.
Oh, for God's sake.
That is great.
Oh, how cute they are.
Yeah.
Oh, what's the matter? Right, here's all the chickens, and you can see the rooster in the back. He's the king of all of them.
With a different shell.
And these chickens lay green eggs, and they're special because their yolks are so good. They're dark orange. We love to cook with their eggs. Okay, now today they got the recipe out of our Tutto Bene cookbook, the pizza dough recipe. They make their own. And they're going to explain to you what they're doing with this pizza, one of the pizzas that they're making. Okay, Aiden, you want to say what you're saying? Do it.
Yes, this is our famous grilled pizza. We put zucchini from our garden and fresh tomato sauce from our garden on it. And we barbecue it with wood so that the smoky flavor comes out in the dough. It's
Wow,
delicious.
that sounds delicious.
Sounds wonderful.
Okay, and then Jilda, what are you doing?
Well, today I am making Italian potato salad for a nice hot day like today. It's good.
And I'm going to show you how to make the figs stuffed with their goat cheese that they made. And some of them I wrap the prosciutto around because they're to die for. And then, because John's a vegetarian, I can't put prosciutto over his. You know what prosciutto is, Italian ham. Okay, so we're going to start now. Okay, I'm going to show you how I make this fig recipe. People go crazy over this. And I got these figs. I didn't get them off my husband's tree because they're not ready yet. But I got these figs at Stop and Shop, and they're beautiful. Look how big they are. I don't know if they're the mission figs or which ones they are, but I'm cutting the tips off them. And I got 2 boxes over there. And I'll show you, you cut the top tip off like this. Then what you do is you just make a cross in each one. Right. And I'll show you how I'm doing this. Make a cross in each one. And then I'll show you what I'm doing. And then when they're all done, I'll show you the next step. So this is John's and Aiden's goat cheese that they made right from their goats on the farm. So what you do is you stuff a little bit of goat cheese in here. I'm spreading it open. Okay? And then I'm going to wrap Italian ham around them, and I'll show you what's next, okay?
Hello everyone, here I am at the counter at John and Aiden's house, farmhouse I should say. This morning, before I got here, I boiled these potatoes, and I cut them in quarters, or little pieces like this, little chunks like this. They're partially warm. The best way to do it is when they're really warm because the olive oil picks up everything. So the first thing I'm going to do is put the olive oil in. Now I kind of eyeball it, okay? I put maybe a quarter of a cup, about a quarter of a cup, okay? Then I have a little bit of oregano that I bought. Let me get some out of here. Not a lot, because oregano is pretty strong, so you don't want to put too much. I just put a little like that, maybe a little bit more. And usually I put parsley. Right now, I don't have the parsley. I put pepper. Pepper. I do have a white pepper, but I think I like the black pepper better. Just eyeball it. Celery seeds. I'm going to put this in a little bit. Now this is salty, so you don't want it too salty. But there you go. About a little quarter of a teaspoon there. I'm going to add a little bit of salt. You can always add more, so I put a little bit. The next thing I'm going to do is add, I'm saving the vinegar for last. You use white vinegar. These beautiful olives, I'm going to cut around them and put little pieces. Actually, I thought these were seedless.
You thought they were the
Jeannie.
sliced ones.
I thought they were. I didn't realize it when I bought them, and I bought them
Yeah.
right at the counter. So what I have to do is cut a few of these up, so I'll be back, okay, then you can see it.
Okay, I put my goat cheese in all of these figs. Now, half of them I'm going to do with the Italian ham. So see, you just wrap a piece of Italian ham around, and then after you put them on the grill or you put them in your oven just for 5 minutes, and then I'll show you what else I wrap. I pour balsamic vinegar over them, balsamic glaze over them. All right, here's the figs already. I have some wrapped with prosciutto and some for the vegetarian just with the goat cheese. And I'm going to put these on the grill just for 5 minutes, and then I'll show you the last thing I'm going to do. This is the goat cheese Aiden and John made from their goats on the farm, and it is wonderful.
All right, here we have some pickled beets and some pickled carrots from our garden. When you have a garden, you tend to get everything coming in all at once, and pickling it is pretty much the best way to preserve it. These are delicious, they're nice and sweet. Carrots came out wonderful, a bunch of heirloom varieties, and as you can see, they still have beautiful color to them, and they're absolutely delicious.
And Aiden, you preserved how many tomatoes?
About 75 pounds.
He preserved 75 pounds of tomatoes from their garden. Can you believe it?
I can't. And where'd you get those big jars? Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Yeah.
Half gallon size.
Whoa! I'm back after Aiden and John and Jean, and I've cut about 15 of these olives and cut them up and put them in here. Now here's my celery. I did cut some. What happened is I forgot them at home, but it's just as well because now I have these that are from the garden. So how lucky am I, okay? So I cut some of them, but what I do is I take off the strings, all right? I just pull them like this because sometimes they get kind of chewy, okay? So I just get it from the top and I just pull it down like that and I'm done. Now the next thing is slicing these very small. I like them small so that when you have a spoonful, you're able to chew it, okay? Okay, Gina.
Yeah, okay. Don't forget your red onion after.
And I forgot the red onion. They're not hungry.
This is the soap that Aiden and John created on the farm from the goat. And when I tell you, you wash yourself with a bar of this soap, your skin gets like silk. They are on the website, and that's Legend Creek Farm. But I just had to show you this soap. I'm so proud of these two guys. Okay.
It is, it's absolutely wonderful. We've got 21 goats, they get a ton of milk, and one of the only things we can actually put it into until we get licensed as a dairy is the soaps. And it's absolutely wonderful for your skin. People have told us it cures their eczema, and it also smells amazing.
Here I am. I'm almost finished. I've got my red onion here, and with a little bit of tears, but I slice it. So it comes into these nice little pieces, okay? And I have about a little under a half an onion. I don't like too much onion, but I'm going to cut this one up and then put it in, and then I will add my white vinegar. And once I add my white vinegar, I will be done. I'm going to add a little more olive oil too because I think it needs it. I've tasted a piece. I think it needs it, so I'm going to put my onion in. Here we go. All right, that looks like enough, more than enough. I'm going to add a little more olive oil. And that'll all be absorbed. I'll get my white vinegar. Put this here. I'm sorry, I'm way in front of the camera. I am putting my white vinegar in, about 3 tablespoons. Okay, and I'm stirring it up.
John and I always have competitions to see who can make the best pizza. I like to cook mine in the grill on a pan, and this is with fresh zucchini from our garden and some fresh sauce that I've been making over the last 3 days, slow cooking. And all I do is I like a lot of sauce on my pizza. So I just put it on. And spread it around with a spoon. And then take Parmesan cheese. And I'm mozzarella. I'm very liberal with the mozzarella. One more piece for good luck. And then I like to add a sprinkle of Parmesan over the top. Easy. And the best ingredient is the zucchini and the onions. They go right on top.
Does that look good or what? And the rooster's crowing.
Oh yeah, all day, starting at 3:30 in the morning.
Oh boy, I bet the neighbors love that.
Luckily we live in a farm town. And then it's a little balsamic reduction just to give it a little kick. And it goes right onto the grill.
The basil leaves, Aiden.
Oh yeah, it's a good idea. Throw a few on.
You got that from your garden too.
It is. This is a special basil called Perpetuo, and I like it because it doesn't bolt and go to seed. So you can just harvest fresh basil all year round.
I can smell it from here.
And this is the finished product, and now it's going to go into the grill.
Okay.
Alright, so like Aiden was saying, we do always compete to see who has the best pizzas. I think mine is the best, although Aiden's is pretty delicious as well. But what I like to do is grill my pizza directly on the grill. This is a very Rhode Island thing. It's pretty much the best way you can have pizza, in my opinion. And one of the most important things that you need to keep in mind when you're grilling a pizza is that you need to use a ton of olive oil. The olive oil not only prevents it from sticking to the grill, but it basically fries the outside of the dough while it's cooking. So the high heat with the dough makes it taste absolutely delicious. Reminds you of a feast or a doughboy at Iggy's or something like that. You're going to absolutely love this grilled pizza. So, in addition to all of the olive oil, you want to have a very, very stiff dough. Fortunately, the recipe in that I've been using since college provides for a lot of flour and makes it so that the dough is not very doesn't pull apart easily. It's going to be easy to use with tongs. The third thing that you need to remember when making a grilled pizza is to have absolutely everything ready, because this goes very, very fast. Otherwise, you're going to end up with a grilled, burnt pizza. And as Aiden will tell you, we have eaten a lot of burnt grilled pizzas. So, step one, you roll out your dough, you cover it with olive oil, and you get it ready to go right on the grill. You can see we have all of the heat on this side of the grill. That side of the grill is nice and cool. Once we cook the crust, we're going to move it to the cool side of the grill so that everything can heat up and cook without worrying about burning the bottom. So I'm going to start with putting our dough right on the grill. All right. And you can hear it sizzling. I'm telling you, if you could smell it, you'd be loving it. All right, we just flipped it. That's a very important part. You worry about your pizza falling apart. But you know, if it starts to fold over or anything like that, don't worry about it. As my grandmother always said, you can always fix it. It doesn't need to be pretty as long as it tastes delicious. So we've grilled one side, got the other side grilling now. And as you can see, it cooks very, very quickly. All right, now that you've cooked both sides of the pizza, you can move it off the heat. You get to take a deep breath because you've got the worst part, the hardest part over, and you can put your toppings on. We're just going to make a simple margarita pizza. You start with the cheese on the bottom. It's important because the cheese is not going to melt if you put it on top. So you put the cheese along the bottom. And we're using nice fresh mozzarella. Next, we're going to put on our tomatoes. We've taken fresh tomatoes from our garden. We have these delicious yellow ones. I'm not sure exactly what they're called, but they're some heirloom variety. And again, you just put them on whoever you need to. Sprinkle them liberally. These are delicious because they're the fresh summer tomatoes that you always remember and you always long for all year long. Finally, in the summer, come August, you've got them available.
This is the grape one's done, huh?
Yeah, these are just the nice red tomatoes. Add some extra color and with just some fresh basil and a little balsamic reduction. Once you finish with this, you just close the top, let everything cook for a little bit, and you'll be good to go.
Okay, now I'm going to show you the figs are all done, and I'm just going to pour some, you don't have to, put some balsamic glaze over it. It's not, there it is. There it is. Just to give it that little extra flavor. There it is. Squeeze it. There it is. Okay, so these are all done. I'm saying okay again. And I'm going to put these on the other side.
Now I have my Italian potato salad, and here it is. It looks beautiful. I've got the green olives on the top, and we're just going to enjoy it. I'll put this right here. Okay.
Now we have our pizzas. You know, the best thing about any time we compete is that everyone wins.
That's
They're
right.
both absolutely delicious, and I can't wait to dig in.
Okay, we're going to say bye now, and we're going to enjoy our food.
Yep, and
Ciao,
here,
ciao.
here is the address and not the address, the telephone number for Jeannie. I'm sorry, and for me. Okay?
Right, here we are, Legends Creek Farm, and we had a wonderful day up here. We tasted all the food. It came excellent.
Everything was good. They make soap here, and what else?
Oh, lotion, soap,
yeah,
goat
lotion
cheese.
soap. You can come by. It's only a 25-minute
Yeah,
ride.
well, they were on the website anyway.
Oh, right,
Yeah,
right,
Legends
okay.
Creek Farm.
So here we are.
Okay, now Aiden and John are going to call their goats. The show.
We're getting ready to call the goats. We have them trained with a cowbell. So when it rings, they come running because they know they're going to get a treat. So I'm going to go let them out, and John's going to ring the bell, and I'll be right back.
They all have a name.
There they are, yep. This is Babs Johnson. That's Donald Dasher. This is Cookie Mueller.
Oh my
That's
goodness.
Beverly Supton. This is Lulu Fishpaw.
This is John Davenport. She's one of my favorites.
This one down here is Little Muffy.
Oh, who's that little one?
That's Muffy St. John.
Muffy St. John.
And of course, everyone knows Bobo.
Oh, Bobo. How you doing, Bobo?
Yay, Bobo.
Yeah, what do you want to say?
Well, it's been quite a work in progress. We started about 2 years ago, and little by little, with the help of our goats, we've been getting everything opened up and growing and slowly developing.
Our goal is to get a dairy license so that we can produce the cheese, and we want to build a storefront here on the property so people can come 7 days a week and shop and buy all of our fresh products that we make here at the farm.
Yeah, and we've done all sorts of stuff. We have maple syrup and honey and
soap,
whatever we can do to self-sustain.
Italian bees.
Yep, and our honeybees are the Italian honeybees. So according to Gilda, they're going to make the best honey.
It'll be delicious.
Yep, it'll be absolutely delicious. And we make enough for ourselves, we sell a little bit, and we give as much as we can away to our friends and family, just to share as much as we can with all we have. We're very lucky to have all that we have, and it's nice to share it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So tell me how you got the bees from Italy.
Well, it's an Italian queen. The queen is from Italy, and all the offspring come
And they
from
shipped
her.
it to you?
Yep,
Well,
through
they
the internet.
import them, and it's all through the internet. We actually got the bees, I think it was May we put them in, and now they're doing very well.
Oh, that's great. I love honey. I love honey. All right,
Honey is
so we're
great.
going to just say goodbye to John and Aiden and thank them for having us on their farm. And
Thank
we
you for
loved
coming.
it.
It was a
It was
beautiful
great.
day.
It was a
It
great
was
day.
wonderful.
Food was excellent. Bye-bye. Ciao.
So this is our honeybee hive. We had a few extra minutes at the end of the video, so we thought it'd be nice to show you how we collect our honey, how we feed our bees. This is our first year keeping bees. These are Italian honeybees. It's early in the morning and you can see they're already very, very busy, living up to their reputation. And today we're going to show you how we feed them.
Before we go into our hive, John and I like to smoke the bees. Experts usually don't do it for something like this, but we wanted to show you actually underneath the sugar water feeder so you could actually see them working and building comb. So as a precaution, we are going to smoke the bees. We like to start with some dry pine needles, which are my favorite because they light very fast, especially in the morning when there's dew all over the ground. Sometimes it's hard to find dry material to get it lit. Whenever you light the material and you get it really hot, you're going to want to put some green grass or something wet on top because you don't want to burn the bees with the heat from the smoke. If you do that, you just upset them and you're asking for a boatload of trouble. So it's very easy. I have the smoker and I have my starter pine needles, which I use to get it lit. And all you have to do is take your lighter and slowly let it catch. And believe it or not, these will actually go up pretty fast depending on how much wind there is. And be careful you don't burn your hands. When you put it in, you can press the smoker to let it breathe. And as it breathes, you keep adding more pine needles until it starts billowing smoke like it is right now. So I keep adding them in. What you want to do is you get some nice sparks in the bottom so that the smoker lasts through the duration with which you're in your beehive. So you just keep adding it. The only part of this that I hate is it gets in my eyes. I should wear goggles. Alright. And I usually can tell when I have it lit pretty good because it starts coming out orange and it's not a pure white smoke. So that's when I'm happy with what I've got at the bottom, and I will take my greens, put the greens on top, close the lid, and then just get it going a little bit like that. So when you smoke, all you have to do is press the little bellows on it and it comes out and you can aim it to where you want it to go, and it's a nice cool smoke, but you never want to get right up to the bees to smoke them. You absolutely need to be a few feet back unless it's really windy out.
Alright, so as Aiden was telling you, we smoke the bees just because we've just started doing this. A lot of people do not bother with the smoking, but it does help calm them down. What we're going to show you today is how we add sugar water. Now, these bees, like I said, it's the first year we're keeping them. The bees needed to build up their hive. The sugar water helps them do that. It encourages them to build the comb and make sufficient reserves to live through the winter. We won't be getting honey this year, but next year we're going to get tons of honey. And so the sugar water helps make sure that they survive through the winter and that they come back next year in full force, able to make a ton of honey for us. So, this white box on top here is where the sugar water goes. I'm going to show you how we get that. We keep a rock on top to keep unwanted pests out of there. And as you can see, I don't wear a suit for this stuff. Doesn't mean I haven't been stung, but and you can see there are a lot of sugar water there. So the first step, since we want to show you the inside of the hive, is going to be removing this box and letting you know what's underneath. It's really very cool. Now, one of the nice things about these bees is they are Italian honeybees. And according to my grandmother, the Italian honeybees make the best honey. And I'm pretty sure she thinks that just because they're Italian. In actuality, the bees themselves are not from Italy, but the queen is an Italian queen. And since the queen is the mother of all of the bees, that means all of the bees as well are Italian. So here you have the inside of the hive. You can see it is just brimming with bees. I'm going to smoke it a bit, just to make sure that they're nice and calm. You see they all go down to the inside of the hive. Smoke encourages them to do that. And there they all go, back inside. And the smoke just calms them down. Now in actuality, the Italian honeybees do not make any different honey than any other bees, but they are still the best for beekeeping because they're very calm. They don't like to sting. It's one of the reasons why I can go in without a suit and handle them, and they do just fine. And that is because Italians are lovers, not fighters. So we moved the camera to give you a better view of the inside of the hive, and you can see them busy at work in there. What they're doing right now is they're building comb where the queen can go and lay eggs and new bees can hatch, and they also store some honey in that comb so that they can survive throughout the winter. And there they are, all hard at work. Some of them are flying out getting pollen, some of them are helping the queen lay her eggs, some of them are building honey. They all have little jobs, and that's what they do all day. So they basically they all have a purpose and a function. They all just work all day to make their hive survive.
Busy as a bee.
Alright, so now we're going to put the box back on, now that you've seen the inside, so that we can give them the sugar that they need in order to build as much comb as possible. And they're going to be very, very happy about this. So the sugar water, just 1 part sugar, 1 part water, very simple syrup. And we give it to them in those measurements because that's just the correct weights and amounts that you need in order to encourage them to build comb. You just pour it in. And there you have it. You can see them already starting to come down and have a little taste. And they'll just come right up through the underneath, over that little ledge, grab some sugar water, and bring it back down. And that is how you feed bees. sure to check us out when we do have some honey, and we'll be happy to share it with you.